Good morning and welcome to Control Alt Support. This is a webinar series created by our ITRT team to support you with your classroom technology, digital tools, and resources that are available in our district. Next slide, please. A few housekeeping tips. This webinar is being recorded for future reference and PD improvement. We kindly request that you please mute your microphone. Turning your webcam off is optional. Use the chat feature for all questions. And our wonderful ITR team is standing by and will answer them as they come in. If time allows at the end of the session, you are welcome to unmute and participate in the discussion. And next slide. Be mindful of our webinar norms. Be present and engaged. Ask questions through the chat and our team will respond. Respect others' perspectives, and please take away at least one idea and try it after the webinar. Again, if time permits, at the end of the session, feel free to unmute and raise your hand, your virtual hand, to participate in the discourse. With that being said, let's move into today's topic, report cards. Your ITR presenters for this morning are Dave and Nicole, and the rest of us will be manning the chat. Okay, Dave and Nicole, you have the floor.
Okay, so we're going to go grade level by grade level because the report cards are different based on what grade level you teach. So we're going to start with kindergarten. So for kindergarten, if you're a previous kindergarten teacher, there are no changes this year for kindergarten. So we're just going to walk through a step by step of how to do kindergarten report cards. So if you're a kindergarten teacher, you're just going to start with, on your home screen, you're going to start with your English subject and click on that competencies block over on the home page. And then you want to make sure that you are in, depending on your preference, if you're on that grid view, you'll see all of the competencies for every student listed. If you switch to your list view, then you'll see all competencies listed for just one single student at a time, and you can enter all of your competencies student by student. And so you'll go down. The default is that there's an asterisk for every competency listed. And that means if you leave the default for the little asterisk in there, then that means that that standard was not assessed for that topic for this 9 weeks. Your job is to go in there and put in your scores for any competency that was assessed for this 9 weeks with your M, your P, or your NI. After you've gone in and put in all of your competencies for each one of your the ones that you've assessed for this marking period, don't forget to hit that save button up there in the right hand corner, and then you'll click on the change button up on your top of your toolbar and do this process for each one of your subjects: reading, science, social studies, and math. Next up, you'll go to your kindergarten comments from your either your competencies. Why do we have broken images? I don't know. Maybe if we reload. So that then from your home screen, we're just gonna reload our screen real quick because we're not sure our images are showing up broken, but I'm gonna keep talking. There we go, we're coming back now. And so then from either your home screen or your competencies screen, you can click on your home button, and then you're going to go to your report card icon, and that'll take you to your comment screen. You are going to toggle on that free text comments icon. It's a little like paper button with a little eyeball on it. For kindergarten, you are still doing free text comments. So in that free text box, you will type in your comments for each student under the English tab in kindergarten. This is specific to kindergarten only. You are typing in your free text comments in your English tab, and then click save after entering all your comments. Do not forget that save button. All right, and then next up, again for kindergarten only, go ahead to the next slide. That was still on comments, is your social development competencies. Again, specific to kindergarten only. You're going to click on that little competencies box next to the kindergarten social development. And these are all defaulted for each student. This is one where you will want to keep it in the grid view. And the default is for each and every single one of them to be in the S. If you need any students to be changed to a grade of N, if they're not displaying satisfactory skills in any one of those particular social development competencies, you'll change it to an N, and then click on that save button. You only have to do that on this one screen in the grid view. Okay, next up, we're going to go to report cards for grades 1 through 5. You're going to your first step is going to be when you go in to that report card screen, you're going to click on that load button, that little L icon, to load your grades from your grade book. Step number 2, you will go, this is a change for 1st through 5th grade. You are no longer doing your free text comments. You are now doing comment codes in that comment code number 1 and number 2 box. You can do up to 2 comments for each subject. You just click on that little magnifying glass, go through the list, and select up to 2 comments for each subject. Scroll through the list and pick the ones that you want. Hit that save icon, and then click on that change button and slide over to your next subject. So you will do up to 2 comments per subject because you may have different comment codes for each subject. So you are doing up to 2 comments per subject now in grades 1 through 5. You are no longer, you will notice this on this next screen, you will see that that little competencies block is gone for grades 1 through 5. You are no longer doing competencies in grades 1 through 5, only your comment codes. You do still have the option, a note is you do still have the option to do free text comments if you would like to toggle that little free text comment box on in grades 1 through 5 if you do have something specific you need to say in a free text comment, but it is now limited to 100 characters or less.
Okay, so now resource teachers kind of get a little bit of everything with this. For kindergarten, if you're a resource teacher, you're going to need to select the competencies as well. So you make sure you're in grid view for those classes. You default all the kindergartners to S, and then you update the competencies to N for the ones that are not reaching the required heights that you were expecting. Then please make sure you save as well, and you do this for each of your kindergarten classes. For grades 1 through 5 as a resource teacher, this goes to the newer system where you enter your ends where they're needed, then you can save it, and then mass update the rest of the grades with an S. Once you hit apply, it will fill in anything that is not an N with an S. Then you can then save and also put in the comment codes, just like the 1 through 5 teachers. Otherwise, when you click on the magnifying glass, it will give you that drop down where you can choose a comment or you can put in just the number codes if you know them. And you need to make sure you save this and do this for each class as well. In secondary is much simpler if you've done this before, as they have not changed at all. When you are putting in grades as a secondary teacher, you're going to click on that grade reporting button on your home screen and select report card. This will default you to your first class. You will click change if you need to change the class. All you're going to need to do for each class is click that little load button. It will pull your grades from your grade book directly into your report card screen. And then you can apply the comment codes as needed to each student. Just remember that you should never manually enter the grades on your report card screen. Just load them in from your grade book unless there is a change going on, but you would work that out with your front office. So if you do need additional support, if you would like to see the directions kind of laid out in our document, this QR code will take you directly to the technology resource folder, and it will give you all your information that you need on tag by way of putting in report cards, making sure you save your grades, and the steps to complete the process. We'll now open up for any questions. I saw some coming in the comments. I think Stacy got a lot of them, but does anyone have any other questions for us? We're more than happy to help you with those.
At this time, you're free to unmute your microphone as well as open up your camera, and let's have a discussion. Any questions that you may have, Dave and Nicole are available for you at this time.
I have a question that my resource team was asking. Oh, hang on. They were asking if there was any, like, what would constitute a in for the competencies, especially regarding kindergarten. But I haven't seen their competencies, so I'm not really sure what they mean by that. I don't know if you guys have any insight to that or not.
Yeah, so I think that's probably going to be a building decision, speaking with your administrator. We're just on the technology end of how to do the report cards. I think grading based should probably be a discussion within your building.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
More questions are welcome. Feel free to unmute and ask. I'll ask one more time, well, 2 more times following Robert's rule. Are there any questions? Are there any more questions? Great job, Dave and Nicole. Look like you were very thorough because there are no more questions. With that being said, thank you for being a part of today's webinar. This webinar, as well as all others, will be linked in our EduTech website, as well as in our newsletter and on Canvas. Remember, you can always reach out to us at itrt@spsk12.net. We are also available during our office hours on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays of every month. Check out our flyers on Canvas or our website for times. Again, thank you for your time and have a tech-tastic rest of your day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.